For Syria's new leadership, it is the lifting of a burden carried for nearly half a century. Washington has removed it from its list of state sponsors of terrorism, a designation in place since 1979. President Ahmed al-Shara says it opens a new chapter for a country emerging from years of isolation and war.
Today, Syria is shaking off a dark burden and tearing out a painful chapter of its past to embark on a new path of development, reconstruction, and rebuilding. Great people of Syria, you have done it again. The sanctions have been lifted and the restrictions removed. I ask God Almighty to help us serve you. I extend my deepest gratitude to the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, and to all the friendly and supportive nations that stood by us.
The decision completes a major shift in Washington's approach since the fall of Bashar al-Assad in December 2024. The U.S. ended its comprehensive sanctions program last year while keeping targeted measures against Assad and his associates, human rights abusers, drug traffickers, and designated armed groups. But the terrorism designation remained, carrying separate restrictions and posing legal and financial risks for banks and investors considering doing business in Syria.
We hope that removing this final obstacle will also open the way, improve the economic situation, and reconnect Syria to the global financial and economic system as well. This would also help increase investments in Syria and increase influx into the country, especially since there's no longer any obstacle to investment, doing business, and rebuilding economic life in Syria.
There are already signs of international interest. Syria says its finance minister has held talks with Bank of America over potential cooperation, while MasterCard is working with QNB Group and Syria's central bank to prepare infrastructure for international card payments.
This is a great step because it will benefit ordinary people and Syria as a whole. My message to the world is one of gratitude. We need hospitals, schools, and infrastructure. So much was destroyed by the former regime, and this decision will help us greatly.
We are very happy with this decision, although we believe it's something we were entitled to. We hope it will have a positive impact on our country, which has been exhausted by the devastation of the war.
For Syria, a barrier built over nearly half a century has finally fallen. Beyond it lies the harder task, rebuilding not only what war destroyed, but what decades of isolation kept out of reach. Nizar Sadawi, TRT World.